Good morning. This morning, for our centering, I am going to be reading from our magazine, The Science of Mind. And it starts off by telling us mistakes or opportunities. And a quote by Adam Osborne is, "The most valuable thing you can make is a mistake. You can't learn anything from being perfect." And then from Ernest Holmes, "It is not that we have made no mistakes, but if the belief in the necessity of mistakes stays in the consciousness, then there is bound to be a repetition. It is scientific practice to declare that there have been no mistakes in our consciousness, that if there have been, they are now wiped out." So as we center, I will read this passage from the Daily Word today in Science of Mind. Unresolved mistakes can feed guilt and remorse. They also live in consciousness, such as that how we feel about our mistakes creates more of the same for us. It seems that mistakes are a condition many of us would love to resolve and avoid. Yet, the truth is that mistakes help us learn and grow. Think of the examples of a medical doctor or an airline pilot. Rather than experiencing a perfect educational journey, doesn't it seem that the one who made mistakes along the way and learned how to correct those mistakes would be a more desirable person to get medical care from or to fly with? Every human has made mistakes. We all make mistakes. Accepting this and seeing mistakes as opportunities to learn is a vital part of facing our conditions. There is also the invitation to face mistakes with an understanding that whatever has occurred has some element of perfection to it, for me and anyone else involved. Being accountable and clear about those moments we feel we have made a mistake can be one of the most empowering feelings we have. This means that we can acknowledge what did not go as planned, be apologetic for it, make amends if necessary, and then work to discover how the experience can be avoided in the future and how it has blessed us. This also means we can choose to be more compassionate to those who make mistakes that impact us, leading to greater peace and well-being for all. So let us contemplate these words for just a few minutes in the silence. I choose compassion in the face of mistakes. Compassion for me and compassion for others. Namaste.
This is beautiful. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How is everybody? I know you're perfect. Hopefully you're ready to sing with me. Use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. I used to think that God was the sun, God is the sun, but God's so much more than the earth or the stars or all of creation. God is creator, all in all, and needing us to shine its light as me, as you. So use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Command my hands, command my hands. What must they do? Yeah, command my life. It's here for you. God is the love that heals all creation. God is creator, makes all things new. And God leads us to shine its light as me, as you. So please use me, oh God, I stand for you, and here I'll abide as you show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Show me all that I must do. Yes, and they do, and they show me, and they show you. Please sing with me our new Spirit's Prayer. The loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender. Let it be. Loving Spirit dwells in me, now and evermore. Isn't that pretty? Let's sing it again. Loving Spirit dwells in me. This is my divinity. As within, so without. All I need is here and now. Where there's air, let me love. May I have no fear. All the power, all the glory, I surrender.
invite you to just gently lower or close your eyes as I offer my prayer this morning. Precious, precious Spirit, I know that is all there is. Infinite wisdom, power and presence. Everything loving and wise and good is God. And because I know that this is true, I know that I am one with this infinite eternal presence. This beautiful spirit of life, truth, and love flows in, through, and as me. Dear God, the time for victim consciousness is done. I know that every experience in my life is for my highest good. Whatever choices I make are the right choices. There is nothing that can stop me from my good. Always, in every moment. I need but recognize that truth and stop anything that is not of that truth. Love is my divine right, and I accept it and use it in every experience of my life. Experiences are all life is, so I definitely make them joyful, wonderful, expressive. All are opportunities for my growth, and I am just so grateful. I am so grateful for this truth and for this Center for Spiritual Living that teaches us exactly what we need to know. And I am so grateful for the ministers, Reverend Stacy, Reverend Cheryl, and Reverend Wanda. And Reverend Wanda's talk today is going to be absolutely fabulous. In fact, she's got 2 talks, one for this service and one for Unity. I'm just so blessed to have her in my life. I am so blessed and so grateful that Patty and Dave are here singing their hearts out, and their music is just enveloping each of us with exactly what we need to feel in this musical experience. And I'm so grateful for Julius today and for Caden helping with our word that we're putting out to the universe. And I am so grateful for our practitioners that are just today starting their brand new journey and awesomely accepting their responsibility and their light as offering to this world everything that they have, that is love. And of course, for our Ministry of Prayer team that I love so much. I am just so full of gratitude today, and so I now know that I can just release this word into the creative workings of this universal law, knowing this truth is perfect and complete, and so we can say together, and so it is.
Since you said there are no mistakes, I love that. It's my favorite thing you said. One of my favorites. There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all by myself. I didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. Didn't know the love of God was at hand. Yeah, but now I can see if you are worried or struggling just to make it through another day.
glad you're here this morning. And while you're all standing, if it is comfortable, would you please, God bless America and the rest of the world. And before you have a sat, how about you look at your neighbor, give him a high five, a hug, or a what's up? All
My heart is open wide. Yes, I only live for God. No more struggle, no more strife. I'm a faith I see the light. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I am free in the spirit. Yes, I am. And I'm only here for God. I am so free right here in the spirit. Yes, and we're only here for God.
Well, again, welcome. And as you can see, I am neither Reverend Stacy nor Reverend Cheryl. My name is Franny Ulm, and I'm standing in for them both this morning. And so they're not here this morning because they are supporting our newest practitioners in the final leg of a really long examination process. They're paneling today. We have, I think, 11 or 12 practitioners who are in the final aspect of this years-long journey of preparing themselves to be licensed prayer practitioners. They've completed years of study. They've already passed all their written exams. And so now, this morning, is that final piece. So bless them with me, knowing that they are fully aware, complete, worthy, and absolutely in tune with this process. And I have had the distinct pleasure, along with practitioner Jamie, to journey with each of these beloveds for the past 30 weeks. We have supported them in the way that we know how. We've been in class with them, and we've just watched this incredible metamorphosis. And it has been a beautiful thing, hasn't it, Jamie? Yeah, it's been really sweet. So, and thank you, practitioner Kitty, for your beautiful centering and opening prayer. And so I guess this is the time when I ask, is there anyone here for the very first time?
I wonder.
Yay! Oh, yes, thank you for being here today. So you're standing first, so what is your name?
My name is Jenny Davis. I actually met you one day this week. I came over and I was talking with
Right.
Tracy.
Yeah.
And I had the fortune of meeting a friend who used to attend here, and she suggested that, oh, by and visit. They have services on 9 and 30. You might like it. So I don't live very far away, and so I thought, I'm going to get up tomorrow morning and I'm going to go.
So happy. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much. Welcome. And you, I see, are also standing, and thank you for that.
Hello, I'm Christia. I'm a guest of Sherry and Mary.
Well, welcome you both. Welcome. And our ushers have a gift for each of you. And we are really glad that you're here today. So that's about it for me. I'm going to wrap this thing up. I'm going to let you know that our beloved Reverend Wanda will be offering her wisdom this morning. So if you've not heard her speak, and I suspect neither of you have, buckle up. It's going to be a beautiful ride. So, yeah, right? So thank you all for being here.
Reverend Franny, I feel like calling you. I can call you that if I want. We always have fun choosing songs. And I'm so ecstatic when we come to a song like this. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us.
Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for, and no religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer. I am not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. Wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. A brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people living for today. You may say that I'm a dreamer. I'm not the only one. I hope someday you will join us, and our world will live as one.
Looks like there's a lot of interesting papers up here, none of which are mine. Oh, any dreamers among us?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That was what I was hoping for. You know, if we just did that one thing every day, the world would change. And we would change our relationship to it because we'd be seeing it differently. But today, I've been asked to speak about got me hypnotized. Maybe sort of the same thing. So a lot of times we've heard of speaking truth, universal truth to power, about situations, circumstances, etc. But when we think about being hypnotized, that's sort of like being in a trance state. And I think allowing other people's visions to come to you. But, and it's a big but, we have the power, and I'm going to say responsibility, to wake up and live our vision, live our dream, contribute from that place to the greater society in the reality of life. So let's talk about that a little bit. Now, last week I think it was Reverend Cheryl said, there is only one power. And that's what Ernest Holmes said. There's only one power, one presence, one ultimate reality, and yet we see all this other stuff. You know, we could actually let it go. What do you think would happen if we let it go and focused our time, energy, talent, and money on what we believe, the world we want to see? Someone said, be the change you want to see. And it starts with you and it starts with me. So there's only one power, one presence. Ernest Holmes called it what? The thing itself. How religious was that? That doesn't sound too religious. There's one truth, only truth. So we talk about what that means to us and what we mean to it and through it. Because the truth is we're both human and divine. And some might say we're divinely human. And other times we look in the mirror and it doesn't look so divine. See? And those are all choices. And it's in our seeing, in our viewing, in our speaking. Just like the umpire. It's a ball. No, it's a strike. And the umpire said it ain't nothing till I call it something. And that's true. It's nothing until you call it something. So you can just as easily call it good and very good. You can call it loving and kind. You could call it prosperous and rich and joyful and happy. Even hearing me say those words, for some people, they're thinking about that. And you know, it's that easy. Because you're created in the image and likeness of God, and you're created to win, to succeed. So the power of your thinking, the power of your word changes things. So maybe later on, you might just notice what you're calling it. What are you calling it? Is it loving? Is it kind? Is it the world you want to live? Is it the change you want to see? And if not change. Oh, it's not that easy, Reverend Wanda. I'm going to say yes, it is. Try it. There was some commercial. Try it. You'll what? Like it. So why not? Why not? All right, so human and divine. The divine always rises above, transcends the human experience. Spirit is bigger than our littleness. Spirit is stronger than anything that I think is a weakness. Now, sometimes you might just want to have that experience of being weak. Is that right? These people say no. No. But you know, the thing about it is, you have the choice. And you can make a new choice right here and right now. You don't have to stand up and shout it to the Most High. Most High already knows. It's us who forgot. So, John, chapter 8, verse 32 says, and you will know the what? Truth. And the truth will make you free. The truth will make you free. So you think about how much time you have when you stop doing the other stuff that imprisons you. Amazing. And the hours in the day haven't changed. But we change our position in it. And we change our position on it. And that's what we're talking about. That's what Ernest Holmes means when he says, change your thinking, change your what? Life. And yet, the first thing we tell our friends is, ain't it awful? And all the reasons why. Now, a good friend would do what? Say, I'm sorry, I think you've reached the wrong number. But you might not have that friend that long. They might listen, but they're not believing the littleness. They're not believing the weakness. They're not believing the victim consciousness, because it doesn't serve. Unless you're having a pity party and you get everybody on the phone and computer and do that. But I don't think that you're going to live in joy. I don't think you're going to reach your own divine potential. I don't think that the gifts you already have them, are going to be realized in your family, in your life, in your community, and in the world. Now, it appears to me that the world could use a little more love. Would you say that or not? You think there's too much loving going on? Okay. So, let's just make agreement that we are going to do something affirmative every day to bring more light, more love into the world. Now, you can just start in your bedroom. That's okay. Start where you are, because it's a blessing to all, and particularly to you. So you should know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Ernest Holmes, in New Thought Teaching, said, the time has come, the hour has struck, the power from within has come forth and is expressing through my word. Through my word. It's so because I named it so. It's so because I said so. Doesn't that sound powerful? And does that sound like, don't raise your hand, but the message you gave to the person in the mirror this morning? Oh, is this too tight? Is this too old? Is this too short? Probably didn't have those conversations. Probably just something somebody in my neighborhood had. The power from within has come forth and is expressing through my word. I did not have to wait. Hi there. I did not have to wait. The time is today. That's what Ernest Holmes said. The time is today to enter into all truth. Today, I am completely saved. Today, the truth has made me free. Today, I'm happy. Can you say that? Today.
Today,
I'm happy.
I'm happy.
I'm loving.
I'm loving.
I'm awake.
I'm awake.
I'm alert.
I'm alert.
And compassionate.
And compassionate.
Starting with myself.
Starting with myself.
Yeah. Someone else doesn't have a chance to beat you up because you're so busy beating yourself up. See? So maybe you might want to be your own beloved, your own best friend. Suppose that were the case. How would you be then around your sisters and your brothers and your friends and your neighbor if you knew that your spirit in expression, you're loving and lovable, and so are they, even when they forget. And you don't have to, it's not your job to remind them. I know. Now, it's a little tough when you're the parent, and I guess it's harder when you're the grandparent, but you're by love and by example. And I think that's the greatest message. What do you think, Lisa? You think that's the greatest message? One of my granddaughters, of which I have several. Ernest Holmes says, do you realize your karma, the cause and effect, is nothing but your false thinking, and that the only way to escape it is to think the truth? That brings in the higher law, the higher purpose, the deeper wisdom, the higher guidance, a greater possibility. Now, what's this idea of hypnosis? Because that was the title. Trance-like state, I guess sort of like always being on the cell phone and not seeing what else might be going on. in the neighborhood, in the country. Hypnosis, a trance-like state, which you have heightened focus. Both human and divine, which transcends the human spirit and is so much bigger than any problem we could ever create. So now you know you can just stop creating those problems because it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay, so what's Ernest Holmes saying? The power within us, it's time to bring it, to allow it to come forth. To come forth. Spirit is the only power there is. We call it God. It's known by many names. By many names. But we are the ones we've been waiting for. Now I know it seems that people are worried or concerned about memory of the past. Think about it. A lot of times they're talking about something that happened already. It's over. And what's going to happen when? In the future. But right here and right now, it's all good. Now, I was looking at that, and I had a chart on it. And what it said is, the remarkable thing is we have feelings about the past, we have feelings about the future, but the action, the life is in the moment. What are you going to do about your memory of the past? The good old gone days that weren't. They get better as time goes on. How about the future? When I grow up, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. Anybody ever say that? Only me? 2 people. So the miracle is actually in the moment. Nothing you're really going to be able to do about the past. It's really gone. You're not actually living, moving, having your being in the future. So that miracle is in the moment. That's why any truth teacher has always practiced being in the moment, praying in the moment, creating in the moment. That's where the action is. Some would say that the other things don't even exist because it only exists in your memory. It only exists in your dream or the collective dream of who we are and why we're here. Now, Ernest Holmes said, we want to think, let's see if I find that. We want to think. All right, let me pull it out. We want to think and have a resolve about our lives. And you know, we can make a new one right now. Just from your heart. What is your heart's desire in this moment? You can't undo the past. Except some people do, you know, they make a memory of it and those days were better than they ever could have been in the imagination. And nothing's wrong with that. If you're a writer, you're making a story, you're writing a song. But if you're living a life, you might want to do what people say, keep it real. You might want to do that. And make a new resolve for your life. Make a new resolve. All right, so let's see here. Hypnosis. Do you feel like you're in a trance? Some people say, oh, it's a television. Other people say, no, it's a cell phone. Does a cell phone have free will or not? No. It's all about us. It's all about us. It's all about us. So we can wake from that trance. We can live in the present. And I don't know that that's as easy. I don't know if that is as easy as what I'm saying. Because this is what tends to happen. And the question is, are we under a spell? Are we hypnotized? Mesmerized? Just like, I don't know, puppets on a string. I don't think so. Do you?
No.
Some people say no. Some people say, I don't know. Some people say, I don't care. All right. And all those are fair, aren't they? It is. This idea of living in the present. I'll try to say this correctly. Thich Nhat Hanh, it's a tough name to say, said live in the present, to live in the present moment is a miracle. That's why every teacher will say, moment by moment. That's where your life is. That's where the creative process is. The rest already happened. Even if it's great, you want to do one more again, do it, but that's not what I'm talking about right now. In the moment. And the possibility of what's happening in the future. But I'm wondering, to the extent of living in the moment, doesn't that affect the possibility for our future? When we start creating, when we do the prayer, it's always right here, right now. It's always in the presence, in the present moment, the moment of our high resolve, the moment that matters to us. And it may be about completing that practitioner exam or something along those lines. We're living in the present, or we have opportunity to. It says that we are hypnotized by illusion, the illusion of time, in which the so-called present moment is felt. Ernest Holmes in Creative Mind and Success on page 32 says, do you realize your karma is nothing but your false thinking? This is Ernest Holmes, don't get mad at me. And that the only way to escape it is to think the truth. And that brings in the higher law. When the greater comes, the lesser leaves. Because there's no longer anything in it. No longer any, there never was, but in this moment we begin to notice. Hypnotized by the illusion of time, the all-powerful causative past, and absorbing the important future. We get the gift of living in the moment. So we deal with memory versus possibility. We're living in a culture that's hypnotized in some ways. I guess that's why I got this topic. An illusion of time. But in this moment, we can make a high resolve. We can dream a new dream. We can wake up to the divine possibility of our own lives, the opportunities we have. Ernest Holmes suggests that the entire journey is about waking up from a dream that we don't even know we're in. Focus, refocus. Sometimes a greater illusion seems to be that we have a deep belief in separation, starting with separating from God, our source. That God didn't create the universe and then leave town and leave you to your own devices. See, it sounds ridiculous, right? Don't raise your hand, but some people have thought that, and some people might say, show me. I'm from Missouri. Ernest Holmes said, this belief in separation from God, ourselves, and each other, and from the planet. This separation, if not checked, I said that part, he didn't, grows seeds of duality, beliefs like good and evil, right and wrong, us and them. See what I'm saying? That's what I mean by separation. These seeds create desire for control, and maybe blame, and maybe shame, and on and on and on. And then we come to the idea of duality versus unity. Unity means there's only one, and we are one with it. Duality means there are two powers. You know, the heaven and the other one. Foundation of oneness is unity, greater knowing of the principle that supports us. And with that, we can awaken from the dream. We can let that go. Ernest Holmes, in judging not according to appearances, we are impressing spiritual law with a new idea. And we are learning to think independently. This is what he means by moving into the absolute. So we've accepted, some of us, media and cultural conditioning, and we've been hypnotized by it. As we speak truth to circumstances, we can wake up. This is what Ernest Holmes says is possible. What we believe. We believe the ultimate goal of life to be a complete emancipation, freedom, from discord of every nature. Every nature. There's no problem. We don't have a solution. Because we create the problem in our mind from our place of separation. Every nature, every goal is a divine opportunity and a possibility for us to wake up to who we really are. And you know, we could wake up to who are the potential for our neighbor too. We don't have to say, I'm waking up now. But you can say good morning. You can be your neighbor's neighbor. And maybe one day even be your own best friend. God is blessing each one of us right now. The power and presence that's greater than we are knows us and always answers yes. Minister, one of the teachers that I've had, one of many teachers, said the universe always says yes, darling. So I say to you, whatever your heartfelt dreams and love and challenges, the answer, the gift, is awaiting your acceptance of it. Won't you say, yes, darling? Thank you.
Is she fantastic, or is it just me? Yes. Granddaughter's right there next to her, cute. God. There is only one, and the time we have is right now. That's what I got.
That's right.
Okay, I got it.
When I was young, I never needed anyone, and making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. Living alone, I think of all the friends I've known. When I die, to hit the phone, nobody's home. Oh, by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. Hard to be sure. Sometimes I feel so insecure, and love so distant and obscure remains a cure. Oh, by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. All by myself, don't wanna live all by myself anymore. When I was young, I never needed anyone. Making love was just for fun. Those days are gone. Oh, by myself, don't wanna be all by myself anymore. Yeah, no, don't wanna live all by myself. Don't wanna be all by myself. Oh, I don't want to be all by myself. I know I can live all by myself anymore. Ooh, I can do it by myself, and I can live all by myself anymore. I know I can be, I know I can be, yes, all by myself anymore. Oh, I can be, I live, I can be, I can live by myself.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Class, I invite ushers to please come forward. This is the time of sharing our gifts. And they have envelopes and pens in case you need one. I often find myself in that position. So this is our offertory blessing. Please join me. From the love of your spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and belief. It does good work in the world and returns to me multiplied abundantly. And I also am affirming that it's returning to you magnified abundantly. Thank you very much. Yep.
I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. Come on, sing it with me, mean it. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. My favorite part. Anything I want, it is mine. Perfect health, it is mine. Joy and peace, it is mine. Love, 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 it is mine. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine.
Okay, well, the announcements today are that this coming Wednesday, it would be wonderful if we could all be here in person at 6 p.m. for the Heart of Peace meditation. It is so wonderful. Aldo facilitates. We have Karen Jones who does the singing bowls. It is just magnificent if you can be here in person. And if you can't be on Facebook anyway, one way or the other. Let's see, we have a new class coming up in a couple weeks that Reverend Stacy and Reverend Cheryl will be teaching. And it's called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. I think we might have heard that a couple times today, haven't we? And it's designed to uncover beliefs and thoughts and behaviors around relationships. And it's going to be a 6-week class starting on July 22nd, on Saturday morning from 9:30 to noon. And there's a sign-up sheet in the happenings table, so be sure to sign up for that. And then we have our Healing Words Book Club. It meets the last Wednesday of the month on the 26th. Reading The Time Is Now by Joan Chittister. And that's at 4 p.m. on Zoom. And then if you're interested in doing some chair yoga, we have an interest back there for you to put your time of when you would like to do this. And there's a sign-up sheet. So, you know, chair yoga sounds kind of like anybody might be able to do it. So even I might be able to do it. All righty then. And then if you'd like to help support our center and buy a tag for the back of our chair, we have, you can just put your own name, honor yourself, or a loved one, or a pet, whatever you'd like, and they're just $100 to help us support our center. And also, if you're wanting to learn a little bit more about CASA, just sign the sheet on the happenings table. CASA stands for Court Appointed Special Advocate, and is a national program dedicated to serving children in the foster care system. And thank you in advance for any interest in that. I would like to call up Reverend Sandy and Jamie, who are going to come and talk to us here about a new program that's not really new, but it's new this year, and it's on the unexpected income. So please come up and talk to us.
We love that.
Amy and I decided that we would take turns every other week. So don't want to bore you with just one person. So there's a little brochure, and it's called, it actually says Expected Unexpected Income. And it's a program where you sign up for 10 weeks. There's a little sign-up sheet inside of this little folder, and Jamie's going to be back at the table outside with them if you want it. And if you sign up, then you're going to be getting a chance to find out how you can change your mindset towards something. Okay? There's a quote that says, attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. And I would just like to ask you, what is your attitude towards money? Is it an attitude from childhood? You know, money doesn't grow on trees. What is your attitude about it? Well, I know that I was going through a divorce. I had just joined the Center for Spiritual Living in Bonita, California. And I took a class, and the class was called The Power of Decision. And in it, there's a wonderful chapter on abundance. And I would think that if there was anything that you would like to read on your own, it would be The Power of Decision, and concentrate on the chapter that's talking about abundance. Now, another thing is when I went to this class, we would break up into little groups afterwards, and we would talk about what was happening in our life as far as money goes. And I was saying, oh my God, I barely can pay my bills. I just don't, I'm hoping that checks come in the mail. Well, someone in my group suggested to me that I might change my attitude about it, and I might start blessing the fact that I did have enough money to pay my bills. And that was a good thing for me. And so whenever anybody would ask me about what's going on in your life and it wasn't particularly positive, I would say, you know, things are unbelievable. Because I wasn't giving it negative attention, I was giving it positive attention. And I think that you're going to find all it's asking you to do, and it's a 10-week class, it starts today and it goes through September 17th. And it asks you to, in this brochure, say a little prayer that's in there in the morning and at night. And when you come back next week, or if you're online, you can email us about it. But think about what are some of your attitudes about money. And so that's kind of your homework. Think about it. You're going to come back next week and probably, I'm not sure whether it'll be right in the service or whether we'll just meet in a little room in the back, but you can share some of those things. So just know that attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. And sometimes that's just what we have to do. Brush up our attitude about something.
May I give you guys a testimony? So this works. Every morning I have a prayer and I say, thank you for abundantly exceeding my every positive expectation with health, wealth, and happiness. We're so crazy busy at work, like I do construction work. We have people waiting, and there are slow times, but I started doing this again because we forget and we stop doing what we're supposed to do. And I'm telling you, please do this, everybody, because it works. Even if you're able to get $2 more, you'll find a wad of money. Somebody will bless you with something. Things happen when you do that first step. So, I just want to give you that testimony.
And you're the first one to pay it forward.
Pick up the brochure, sign up.
Thank you, Rev. Thank you so much.
I sure hope you could all hear Raven, because she's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Sign up for this program. It will not,
So blessed.
you will be definitely happy you did.
You don't even know.
We are collecting school supplies as well as feminine hygiene products, so bring your items so we can support our Las Vegas teens. They really need it. And also, along those same lines, when you're shopping, get a few extra items for our Love's Supply and Freezer full, because we've got things in the pantry as well as in the freezer. And for prayer support, please send your prayer request to prayer@lasvegascsl.org or text 702-524-7096. And then just remember to follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, visit our website, and also visit our bookstore. And everybody have a great day.
We're busy.
Ministry of Prayer team, please come forward. Those that are here. I know there's others.
Yeah, where is everybody?
They're taking their practitioner exam.
Yeah.
Oral.
Yeah.
Okay, so we invite everyone to stand up for our closing song. However, I think I'm supposed to do one prayer and we'll do them all together. So in this moment, let us close our eyes. Let us open our hearts even wider to the divine possibility that is us fully living, loving, expressing right here and right now. And I am declaring that this is a new day. There is a new heaven and a new earth, and each individual here is one with it. And so in celebration, I simply say, hallelujah and amen.
Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me. Yes, there is peace on earth, a peace that was meant to be. With God as our power, loved ones all are we. Now we walk with each other in perfect harmony. Yes, peace begins with me. Let this be the moment now. Yes. With every breath I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment with peace eternally. Yes, there is peace on earth, and now it begins with me.
Repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
Something wonderful is happening through me right now.
I know this in my brilliant mind.
I know this in my brilliant mind.
I feel this in my miraculous body.
I feel this in my miraculous body.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Have the best days, everybody.